Yes, 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 yes. It is Chelsea match day. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are on the globe, especially on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, Canada, Australia, or right in Southeast Asia, ladies and gentlemen, it is a beautiful hot afternoon. And tonight, Chelsea, Espérance of Tunis, are you ready? A win will take us to the quarterfinal. I mean, the round of 16, yes. The round of 16 of the Club World Cup. The newest tournament. Oh, yes. I remember someone asked, the Club World Cup is not new. Yes, it's not new, but this is the new format. It was not like this before. This is a new format with new inclusions and new subtractions. That is how we describe it as a new Club World Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, what is in the news? Before we go to the preview, Chelsea, Espérance of Tunis preview. Ladies, I have a few things to talk about. Now, before I even get started, what is on your screen? Happy birthday, Lionel Messi, coming from no other person but Moise Caicedo. Caicedo wishing... Don't laugh. Caicedo wishing Lionel Messi happy birthday with this picture. You brought the old man down. The old man is on the floor with his neck almost broken. That is the only picture Caicedo want to use. You tackle Lionel Messi. You kick him. He fell down with his neck, head down. And that is the only picture Moise Caicedo saw on the whole internet to use to wish Lionel Messi happy birthday. Anyway, happy birthday wish is a wish. Ladies and gentlemen, that is from Moise Caicedo on his IG to Lionel Messi. Yes, it is what it is. How many years old now? Is it 39 or 40 finally? 38. No, I think it was 38 before. Was it 37 before? Is it that 38 or 39 now? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not too sure. I'm not a fan, so pardon me for that anyway. Now quickly to some other transfer news before we go to the preview. Yes, quickly. Jami Ginter's proposed move to Chelsea could be done imminently. Yes, Ginter's move to Chelsea could be done imminently. Both clubs are continuing talks and hope an agreement can be reached swiftly. Swiftly means that it could be done tonight. It could be tomorrow morning. Despite Bayern interest, Gyökeres favors a move to Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, you know, the irony of this matter is that the player has agreed to join Chelsea. He's not thinking twice. And it baffles my mind, and this is what I want. You ask yourself, what is it that, you know, comparably, you can argue that Bayern is a bigger club to Chelsea. Oh, yes. Well, in terms of big clubs in the world, Real Madrid 1, 2, Bayern Munich. Then you can think of Chelsea, Barcelona. You want me to call Barcelona before Chelsea? No. Then you can think of Chelsea, Barcelona. Then you can go to United. Then Liverpool. Then before you can go to who else? Maybe Arsenal. Maybe around 7th position, 8th or 9th position. But the truth of the matter is that Real Madrid first, Bayern second. Yeah. Big clubs around the world. So Gyökeres could have just easily chosen. Of course, even Bayern now, Bayern would have paid him higher than Chelsea would. Chelsea of those days, we would have paid highest. But now, Bayern would have paid. Why? I mean, what made a player to choose Chelsea over Bayern Munich? It baffles my mind. And those are the kind of players I want. He wants to play for the bad. Ladies and gentlemen. So it is eminently. It is very eminent. It could happen any moment from now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm talking about transfer news, right? Gyökeres, age 27, has no intention to play for Sporting anymore, according to the report. The Swedish striker is not expected to return to training for the Portuguese club. The player says, I'm not going to come to training if you guys don't allow me to go to the clubs that are after me. Is Chelsea still in the race for Gyökeres? Well, you know, if we get Gyökeres, yes, if we get Gyökeres, that's okay. Initially, How many of you guys supported the idea of buying Gyökeres? Most of us, we did not, including myself. I didn't like him. Most Chelsea fans actually did not like the idea of Chelsea buying Gyökeres initially. But guess what changed our mind? Do you know what changed my mind? You want to know? The fact that the player is determined to drop his boots if he did not secure the transfer to Chelsea. I mean, Bayern can present much more bid than Chelsea has done. Liverpool can present much more than Chelsea has done. But he says, I want to be in Chelsea. This is what changed most Chelsea fans their mind. This is what made Chelsea fans now, every Chelsea fan want Gyökeres. Why? We want a player that want to come in because he loves the club and he wants to come and play for the club. Simple. Ladies and gentlemen, Victor Gyökeres says he's not going to go for training until the club allows him to make the move. Right now, Manchester United, is it? Arsenal, or maybe Chelsea will pull a surprise for all of us. We wait to see. We wait to see. Ladies and gentlemen, Mohamed Kudus, according to report, is now on the top of the list of the players Chelsea want to buy for this window. Is now on top of the list. The players that have versatility, that can play in different, different parts up front, different positions up front, as Enzo Maresca requested. Players that can help him to break down low blocks. Pedro, Garnacho, Ekitike, and Kudus. But Kudus now, according to the report we are receiving, is at the forefront. It's at the forefront. Mohamed Kudus. Yes. And Kudus, according to the report, Chelsea view him as the most explosive of the three. A stocky ball carrier who likes to drive his team up the pitch with weaving runs. According to report, only Lamine Yamal attempted more take-ons than the Ghanaian last season in Europe's top 5 leagues. That took me to go and watch some of his videos. Because of copyright, I am not permitted to show the videos here. I mean, in terms of skill set, he has it. He has it. Skill set, he has it. But my challenge is, those take-ons that they talk about, how many of those take-ons were completed? Do you get it? How many of those take-ons were actually completed by Kudus? I saw many of his videos, yes, many take-ons, but the completion, the end result is what I'm looking at. You don't just take on, you dribble, but the end. Last season, he scored less goals, I think 5 or 6 goals last season, compared to his first season in the league. Listen, this guy is a Ghanaian. I'm supposed to be here and be talking all the good things about him. No, but this is my club. This is the badge. So if there are other players that can do better for my club to win titles, I'm for that. Kudus, as I watch his play, the take-ons, yes, in the top 5 leagues in Europe, apart from Lamine Yamal, is next. But how many did he completed? That is what they need to be telling me to convince me. He's a good player. He's not bad. He can play in multiple positions. Right back, right wing, number 10, 8. The left side is not very comfortable at the left side, but he can play in the pocket. Double 10. He's good in all. So, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but the end result is what I want. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not wasting much time. I'm going straight away to my preview soon. Manchester United have communicated a price of £70 million to Alejandro Garnacho's suitors. Chelsea hold an interest. £70 million is what United are asking for Garnacho. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready? Well, quickly. I've already discussed this already about Gyökeres, right? So quickly. Preview. Chelsea Espérance of Tunis preview tonight. Yeah, those of us that are in Asia, we're going to be sleeping, wake up in the morning with our coffee, then we watch the game. So quickly, preview Chelsea versus Espérance of Tunis. All you need to know about the game, quickly, in the next 3-4 minutes, I'll be done and I'll be out of this place. Don't go anywhere. Chelsea decisive third FIFA Club World Cup. Chelsea's decisive third FIFA Club World Cup group game is against Espérance de Tunis. 34 times national champions of Tunisia. 34 times national champions of Tunisia. Tunisia National League, Premier League in Tunisia. Yes, 34 times champion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for you to know, for them to be 34 times champions in Tunisia, they are not an easy club. They are not a small club. The match kickoffs are 2 a.m. in UK. Yes, 2 a.m. in UK. And on Wednesday morning, 2 a.m. Wednesday morning, right? Good. In Asia, Southeast Asia, that will be 9 a.m. We'll be watching it 9 a.m. here in the morning, tomorrow morning. By the US, in the US, what time is it in the US? It is going to be that 9 p.m. in the US tomorrow morning. 9 p.m. in the US, ladies and gentlemen. 9 p.m. in the US, 9 a.m. in Southeast Asia, 2 p.m. in UK and in Africa. If you're in Ghana, Nigeria, yes, Nigeria should be 3 a.m. Ghana it should be 2 p.m. I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, Espérance hail from Tunisia's capital, Tunis, ancient home of Hannibal, who took on and beat the Roman Empire. So they are known as what? So they know what it takes to climb mountains. They know what it takes to climb mountains. Yeah, that is the thing. And win against the odds. After opening with a 2-0 loss to Flamengo, Espérance eliminated LAFC, Los Angeles FC, with a 1-0 victory in their second game on Saturday. So after beating Flamengo, which beat Chelsea, they beat Flamengo. Flamengo now beat Chelsea. Then they went ahead again and, and beat, they lost to Flamengo, sorry. Yeah, they lost to Flamengo 2-0. But went ahead to beat, let me take it again. After opening with a 2-0 loss, to Flamengo, they lost to Flamengo in the opening game, 2-0. Yes. Then they now meet LAFC, that's Los Angeles FC, in the second round, which they won by 1-0. Right? 1-0 victory in their second game on Saturday. Now, they are in their third game against Chelsea tonight. So, they won 1-0 against Galaxy, Los Angeles FC. They lost their first game against Flamengo. So, Flamengo now has 6 points on the table. Chelsea are second on the table with goal advantage. More goals scored. We beat LAFC 2-0. Right? Great. Now, second and third are the only group positions yet to be confirmed in this group. Flamengo are already through. So whatever that happens in their final game doesn't matter. So it's second and third teams that are up for grab in this group. That is Chelsea versus who? Espérance of Tunis. They both have 3 points. So who wins tonight, or even a draw, could take the team through. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Second and third group positions yet to be confirmed, and a draw will be enough for the Blues to finish above the African side on goal difference. And a win in Philly will help restore confidence in the squad. Now, both sides will have regular starting forwards. Both sides will have regular starting forwards missing through suspension. Nicolas Jackson for Chelsea and Youssouf Belali for Tunisia. The final Group C game between leaders Bayern Munich and second place Benfica will finish around 2 hours. 2 hours before the start of this match. And either of these teams, the winners of these two teams is who Chelsea will be facing. So that game will finish in 2 hours before Chelsea's game will start. That means that their game will finish at 7 a.m. Great. The final Group C game between leaders Bayern Munich and second place Benfica will finish around 2 hours before the start of this match. So Enzo Maresca and his players will be aware who they will take on or who they will face if they progress. Chelsea fans, we want to face Bayern Munich or we want to face Benfica? We want to face Benfica. They have to pray Benfica wins. Otherwise, Bayern is already through. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Regulations, quickly, before I let you guys go. The last group matches are now being played. The top 2 finishers in each group qualify for a round of 16 in the knockout stages. Clubs can name a match day squad of 26. Clubs can name a match day squad of 26 players, yes, comprising 11 starters and 15 substitutes, which is not in normal football matches. 11 starters and 15 substitutes, including 2 goalkeepers. 5 replacements are allowed per match. Goal line technology, that's VAR, and a new advanced semi-automated offside system, alerting assistant referees to raise their flags immediately for clear offside, will be used in this competition, or being used in this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, players who accumulated 2 cautions must serve a 1-match suspension. Chelsea have 6 players booked by far. Tosin Adebayo, Moise Caicedo, Liam Delap, Michael Cucurella, Reece James, and Pedro Neto have all been booked already. Single yellow cards will be cancelled after the quarter-finals. Now, ladies and gentlemen, remember, Nicolas Jackson has gotten a red, so he is already out automatically, unless we are getting to the round of 16. Pedro Neto is now the all-time joint leading goal scorer for the Blues in a Club World Cup tournament, alongside 2021-2022 winner Romelu Lukaku, the player that Chelsea fans hate most, but yet he delivered for us in some tournament. After finding the net against LAFC and Flamengo, the Portugal winger has scored a successive outings for the Blues for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, players who accumulate 2 cautions, players who accumulate, I've already read this, right? Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Now the all-time Club World Cup goal scorers: Romelu Lukaku 2 goals, Pedro Neto 2 goals, Enzo Fernandez 1 goal, Kai Havertz 1 goal, Juan Mata 1 goal, Fernando Torres 1 goal, and then 1 own goal scored by Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, in the Club World Cup history. What do you want to know? I'll be back for the game. I'm not too sure if I'll be back for the watch along, but whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, this is my preview. You want to know my predicted lineup? Am I ready for that? How many minutes have we done so far?
19.
My goodness, they say I've done 19 minutes so far. Ladies and gentlemen, predicted lineup. Let me go over it quickly. Ladies and gentlemen, my predicted lineup for tonight's game. Predicted lineup. In a goal post, Robert Sanchez, Reece James, Tosin Adebayo, Levi Colwill, Mark Cucurella. I'm taking it again. In goal post, Enzo Fernandez. In goal post, Robert Sanchez, Reece James, Tosin Adebayo, Levi Colwill, and Mark Cucurella. These are the 5 men at the back. The goalkeeper plus 4 defenders. In midfield, Andrew Santos and Moise Caicedo. Andrew Santos, Moise Caicedo. Attacking midfield area, Cole Palmer. Yes. Cole Palmer. Pedro Neto. That is 9, right? Enzo Fernandez. Left wing. Noni Madueke. Heading the attack, as we know. We have no option. Liam Delap. You want to count it? Start. Mention it.
Start.
Speak out. What was the first? The goalkeeper? Robert Sanchez. Right? Reece James. Tosin Adebayo. Levi Colwill. Mark Cucurella. In midfield, the only player that I brought in there that many have been expecting is Andrew Santos, making it, 6? Andrew Santos, 6, right? Good. Then Caicedo, 7, right? Pedro Neto, 8. Cole Palmer, playing the number 10 as 9, right? Noni Madueke, 10th player. Liam Delap, heading the attack. Usual suspect. 11. Ladies and gentlemen, my prediction 2-0. 2-0 in favor of Chelsea. I'll see you guys on the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.